What's up, guys, and welcome back at Skin in the Game podcast. How you guys doing? Who do we have here today?
Fantastic.
So we got MEDHANE here, and
Who's up, Mahani?
Good to meet you, fellas.
Yeah. I met MEDHANE at the gym. It was interesting. He was doing something. He was working out with this Afghan dude. This Afghan guy, bro. He works out for like hours. He's drenched in sweat.
Combat training too.
Yeah. And then I was like, hey, bro, how you doing? Like in my head, I'm like, bro, I'm on your side. Like whenever shit goes down, like don't shoot me, bro, please. I always say what's up to him. So I saw him and I told him, I was like, yo, you're working out with this guy? I was like, you crazy. And then he was punching something. He was like, can you hold it for me? Remember like the little half ball?
I remember
the and then I was
ball, yeah.
I was holding it. And my whole time I was like, yo, I'm about to prospect this guy. I can't wait to go in there. I was waiting for the right moment. So we were just like talking. And then I was like, MEDHANE, what do you do? And then he told me, well, he's about to get into it. And then I was like, oh, legit. And I was like, how long you been doing that? You know, the same old. Yeah. And then I was like, bro, have you ever heard about life insurance, how you can leverage? And he was like, yeah. I was like, that's what I do. And boom, that's how we connected it. And then the rest is history. So yeah.
It's crazy because you didn't even like sell me anything at the time. You just planted the seed. And I had already been like learning about infinite banking. I wanted to know more. And I came back to him a month or two later and asked him, and it was like, it had to be a Friday because he was just like, he was real smooth with it. Just, what are you doing tomorrow morning?
Yeah.
Come by the office. You know, it's business casual, 10 in the morning if you can make it. And I went and, it was an experience. I was not expecting that. I went in to try and see if I could get a policy, and I left with like onboarding and like employment.
He's an agent,
licensing. I'm like,
licensed already.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, I paid a very small amount of money, a trivial amount of money, a couple $100 to get a crash course education on financial literacy. So if that's the only thing I got out of it, I deem that to be a pretty good worst case scenario. So.
Exactly, man. I was like, all right, so I be going to Airbnbs, right? And then all of a sudden YouTube pops up these, like, they say they're scammers, right? But I'm pretty sure they're just hustling. They're just trying to get people to take their course. And I'm like, how can you co-host an Airbnb? I would be a perfect co-host, because of what I do for a living. And then I was like, So I click on there. They were like, like $800 for a course, and I'm like, oh nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So that 200, it's nothing. It's chump change.
Well, it was actually like for something, but the agency that Oscar works for pays for half of it.
Yeah,
they're willing to pay for half of it just because they want to bring you under their umbrella. It's a very supportive culture. That's what caught me off guard. Yeah, and I was like, why not? I'll try it.
No, it's actually an incentive. You gotta do it before a certain amount of time, so you can get half.
Yeah.
You get that half back. So it's like we're all about incentives.
Very true. Yeah, whatever they ask for, there's always adequate and sometimes excessive compensation for your efforts, and that's what I'm all about in like the last year and a half. I used to be a school teacher. Yeah, and I love my work. I love teaching, but I hated being a teacher.
Yeah, we're about to get there. I'm excited for that. But how was your weekend, bro? I know you went to the beach. You got nice and tan.
Yeah, I got a tan. You know what I'm saying? I had to take the kids out somewhere.
You might need some Vaseline on that head, bro.
Yeah, I know, yo. I put the lotion on it like 50 times already.
Still good, Bert.
It's just peeling.
Oh, you didn't put any sunblock on it?
I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah, that happened to me, bro. You gotta, when you're taking a shower, kind of warm water, get your towel and go do that.
I put sunblock everywhere, bro, except my head.
That's the first sunburn I ever got in my life.
Yeah.
It was awful.
I went fishing all day.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I didn't even feel it, though, but it is what it is, man. I had a good weekend, though, but, it's back to the grind. You know what I mean?
Let's go.
Facts.
I just use it like you said, like just a reset,
Yeah.
Went out with the fam, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But now it's go time,
Yeah.
I feel it.
What'd you do over the weekend?
Oh, I kept it very low key. I've been pretty hyper focused on what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to be as aggressive as I can. So I just spent time with my brother, his kids, visited my mom and my dad. That was pretty much it. And then I was back to work.
So what do you do for work?
Right now I'm a real estate investor. Been doing that for about a year. I want to build a rental portfolio, but I'm raising capital by wholesaling. And before that, I was a school teacher, and now I'm working on getting licensed as a life insurance agent and learning about figuring out ways to leverage that for financial tools for myself, but as well as being able to like help my immediate community.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So how long were you a teacher for?
9 years before I took my leave of absence.
What do you? Why did you take a leave of absence?
I like to play my cards close to the chest. I didn't want to
Okay.
quit and then do the business, start a business. That's crazy.
So what's the difference in leave of absence and quit?
So if you take an LOA, your first year, you're guaranteed, at least in Fairfax County, you're guaranteed the same job at the same school, I believe up to a year. And up to a second year, you're guaranteed a job in the county, but they can't guarantee the same school.
Oh, okay, I got you. So that was just backup in case whatever you were
Just
doing
in
didn't
case.
work.
Yeah, or it took a lot. I knew it would work, but if it took way longer to grow than a year, then I would probably, try to negotiate part-time work with
All
the
right, so
county.
how did you do it?
How did I do what now? The
Real
business
estate
now?
investing.
Okay, so for the last couple of years, I was studying it by listening to Bigger Pockets podcast. It's the biggest real estate podcast in the country. I listened to it for like 2-3 years, and then I decided to take a leap of faith once I came across a guy on Instagram. His name's King Kong. He's a Vietnamese immigrant. He dropped out of high school. He really, really got
think I
it
know who
out
you're
the
talking
mud.
about.
Are you talking about he's like an OG though?
Yeah, he's been doing it for a couple of years. You know his tagline, let's go get that money.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
him.
yeah,
Older
yeah.
guy,
Come
right?
on, man,
Like
shit.
50.
He's got to be, he's younger. He's like probably 40 now.
I got.
Or
Let
just
me
turned
see. Let me
40.
see it. Let me see him.
But yeah, so you do the. You were watching them, and that
So-
kind of gave you like
Exactly. I was trying to figure out how do I get into it because I have a bunch of episodes of
What's his name?
King Kong. King Kong. And Kong
Like
is spelled
King Kong.
yeah, but it's spelled Khang.
Okay.
Pronounced Kong, but it's a Vietnamese name. And he, coins the nickname
Yeah.
King Kong, and it's good. Fits his personality.
KHIN.
Khang. Oh yeah, King Kong. Real King Kong. He's good. He's good. I joined his academy. That's when I took the leap because I was trying to figure out how do I get in to real estate investing with like minimal financial exposure because I was a school teacher. I like I said, I love my work, but in 2020 they froze our pay. Teachers normally get like a step increase every year relative to your experience, and you get small increases. You can get bigger ones if you go back to school, get your master's or PhD, or accept a promotion to administration. But even if you just do the same position, you're guaranteed a small step increase, like 2% every year. And they froze that in 2020 when they sent us home to teach from home. So they turned my job upside down, made it much harder to do. We tried to give the students as many resources as we could on their way home, but they didn't have enough. They didn't have enough in the school.
So how did you teach art?
Virtually.
Oh, virtually, yeah.
Yeah. Elementary art. How do I get a bunch of, anywhere from 4 or 5 years old to 12 years old to actually care enough to engage in art class from home?
So were you like one of those teachers that wanted the kids in class, or were you like, oh, I don't know, it's like this COVID thing, like maybe you should keep the ass at home?
Oh, well, that evolved over time. In the beginning, as a teacher, my bubble is like hyper left.
Yeah,
And I'm naturally liberal, at least in a smaller circle.
yeah.
But, I've come to learn that on a macro scale that doesn't work.
Yeah.
So I wanted the kids back in school, but I didn't want to risk their safety. And I didn't want to get the vaccine. Can I say that?
Yeah.
I say the V word.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna
Go
get no
ahead.
strike.
We don't give up.
But yeah, I didn't want to get it, but I would have lost my job if I didn't. So I did it, even though I'm healthy.
But you see how they got us even like kind of like
They put the squeeze on you.
self-censoring?
Yeah, they put
When
the
you
squeeze
were
on
like,
you.
should I say it or should I not?
Exactly.
You know what I
Tricking
mean?
you into thinking you're doing something for the greater good. That's the whole reason I became a teacher. But as time went on, I saw some stuff that I'm teaching doesn't make sense. I had a provisional license the first 3 years because I got into that back doors. Well, I didn't plan to be a teacher. I went to art school to be an artist. That was a productive degree. I got out of college and was a junk hauler for 2 years. It was awful. Backbreaking manual labor. Dirty too. Started substitute teaching for my old art teacher there. She got me an accelerated licensing program, backing her up, and I was like, oh, this is easy. This is sweet. It's better than being on that truck all day. And I like it. I like what I'm teaching. I like what I'm doing. And the years when I took the coursework, the college coursework in education, had to take social foundations in education, had to take These are just basic courses like you would get your freshman year, and psychology as well, human growth and development of the brain. And when I took those, especially the history of education in America, I would read one thing and go to work the next day and try to put it into practice. So there wasn't time between school and teaching for me. And I would go to work and be like, well, we're not doing any of this shit. Yeah. The fundamental bit, it just didn't make sense to me. We were teaching people to be more obedient and not critical thinkers. Yeah. There wasn't a lot of pushing. So, I did that for 9 years. They froze my pay, and that's when I knew I couldn't do it long term. And then I started learning about real estate investing. And by the time I joined Kong's Academy, it was 2021. That's when I knew I was like, I have to plan something. I have to figure a way out. I found wholesaling. You don't need a license to do it. You're not really exposed more than your earnest money deposit if the seller even asks for one. Mm-hmm. And all I'm doing is getting a property under contract and then selling the rights to that contract to an investor who actually wants to buy into it. And I make a fee in the middle. I'm basically doing the marketing for him. That way, that's how investors who buy like 10, 20, 30 deals a month, that wholesalers help them do that. And I'm not a wholesaler because that's not all I want to do. I want a rental portfolio, maybe short-term, long-term. I'll figure that out depending on where the market's at when I get in. But wholesaling is my intro. It's like freshman year. Yeah. I'll figure out what I want to do with my life when I'm like in sophomore, junior year.
Yeah. So hold up. Can you break that down a little bit more? For the people in the back, with me,
so wholesaling,
all right. So you get a property on the contract,
off market. Direct.
So how do you find these houses?
Okay, so you look for pain points. Is there a lien on this property? Are there tax delinquencies?
Do you put up signs like "We buy your house"? Or
that's direct marketing. That's expensive. That costs money. The way I do it, I paid for a data service. You can use like Deal Machine or PropStream. I use PropStream, and you get some MLS data and all the public record, so you can pull lists from there and filter your lists by what pain point, tax delinquencies, vacancy. Does this person, people who have at least 70% equity, 80, 90, free and clear, and then like if you find properties that are on more than one of those lists, that's a hotter lead. That's someone who's in a situation.
Yeah. They're about to lose their home.
Yeah, and they can't afford to keep it, and they need to dump it quickly for cash, and they would take a discount so they don't have to do the traditional work of remodeling the home, listing it, paying fees to your agent, holding costs on the property, maintaining it, and paying the mortgage while you wait for it to sell. Because when you go with an agent, it's usually on the market for like 90 days, and like now it's like 100 days, 100 plus.
Yeah.
I tell them I'm paying in cash. I'll get it off in 60 days or less.
Okay, and then you go find an investor.
Yes. Well, and I build a buyer's list. You can use PropStream to filter buyers. Like really, all you need if you're young out there and you got a couple $100 a month you can spend, get PropStream, get like Call Tools or Mojo Dialer, a dialer. Those are the only two tools you need to do that. To do this, you find your list from PropStream. You put them in your dialer. When you skip trace them, you have to pay for phone numbers. It's never more than 12, 15 cents a line. Get a couple thousand leads and work that for like 2 months.
You just make phone calls or?
Cold call them. Okay. If you really want to really do it, $2,000 a day. And if you have a multi-line dialer, it can dial from 2 or 3 numbers more, but you don't want to abandon too many calls. So like 2 or 3 for one campaign, and you just do that for 8 hours every day. You dial 2,000 numbers. You'll probably get like 150 to pick up. 75 of them will hang up on you in the first 10 seconds to a minute, and the other like remaining bit, those are the people you talk to. And out of that, 5 people might be in a situation, and 1 might be a lead. Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a numbers game.
Very much so. You get very uncomfortable with people saying wild and crazy shit to you.
Like what?
I mean, you're a cancer on this country. You just, an old man would really let me have it. And, I just laugh it off and say, I'm really sorry if that's your experience with other people marketing to you. That's not what we do. But, if you're in a situation I can help you, I will. And he hung up on me, but whatever. Yeah. On to the next one.
Yeah.
If I got to do this another 1,100 times, I can't care.
Because I'm sure a lot of, especially I'm sure a lot of liberals would be like, oh, you're taking advantage of people in these situations and da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you've heard that.
Yeah, I used to think like that. But it's the funny thing about the truth is any business strategy or a firearm or anything you do is just a tool. It's the person who makes a choice that makes it good or bad behind it. Money isn't the root of all evil. Money amplifies who you already are. So whoever you are, if you really have problems, you have to work on yourself, and that's free.
Yep.
For the most part.
Okay.
Dang.
Yeah, I like
so
that.
2,000 calls a day.
I don't hit that every day because that's the thing. When you build it up and turn it into a business, that's the first thing you want to do. That you want to hire is a marketing team to filter leads. As soon as I get a deal big enough, I'm going to hire 3 people to do that every day, all day, and nothing else, so that I'm only talking
Because they'll
to
be like,
qualified leads.
so if they'll be like, okay, I'm interested, then they'll be like, please hold or whatever, and then
so you make you make your first call, and then if you get all the way through the script and schedule an offer call, you have 24 hours to take what they gave you, do your own research, call them back, and make an offer. And that call, if they agree, get them under contract. Now they can't sell it for anyone else until whatever number of days you negotiate.
So on average, how much, like, I know every house is different, but percentage wise, what's the cut that you take?
So if it really depends. It really depends on the opportunity, but you never want to charge too much because what you're taking is technically going to come out of the buyer's ability to make money on their investment. So, like, if I get like a steal, someone who just hates it, doesn't want it, I'll give you $80,000 for it, and it's as is value is already $130. And the buyer, he's gonna put $50,000. Let's say I find a property that's worth $100,000. I get it under contract for $80,000. I sell it to the investor for $90,000. Right? He puts another $50,000 into it. He's all in what, $140,000? But after he fixes it up, it's worth like $220,000. So he's making a couple $100,000 in equity and about to refinance and go do it again. He's making big money. But I get $10,000 just for finding him a lead.
Okay. Yeah,
that's the average assignment fee, 10 to 20, maybe 30 on average. But if you find a really good lead, someone who's really likes you, or just a unique situation, there's always someone out there who's willing to sell for a lot less, and you could charge a significant amount more than what you got under contract for, and the end buyer will still make a sizable amount of money.
Yeah, well, homeowners need to holler at you because all the houses that go on the market, they're like overbidding for them.
Yeah, if anyone out there is in a situation where you are distressed, you want to get rid of your property quickly, and you need cash, I could help you with that. I have a lot of my deals. I've only been doing it for a year, so I partner with other people who are in other states. And here, I don't have as much time to filter all the leads locally because I'm doing it by myself. So I don't find a lot of deals here, but I have a network of people who would buy them because I talk to a lot of people. So if you're in a situation and you need to get a property or get rid of one in Maryland or in D.C., somewhere around Northern Virginia, preferably Maryland or D.C., I could definitely find somebody who'll buy it quickly.
Cool. So now tell us, who were you in like elementary school, growing up, high school? Who was MEDHANE?
Oh, man. I talked a lot. Still do. My friends will happily let you guys know that, but they'll just sit back and let me do it myself. Hyperactive, always scribble on something. And
so it was like art.
Class clown. Yeah, I like making people laugh. Liked hanging out with people. So.
You don't see that all the time. Like someone that likes art, but at the same time is like the class clown.
Yeah, mostly a lot of artists that I know, they were like quiet
low key.
Yeah. I mean, I can be. I developed that over time, but the true essence of who I was, like to answer your question, when I was a kid, definitely out there, loud. I got mad at my second grade teacher, so I drew a picture of a dinosaur taking a dump on her.
You told me that.
It looked exactly like her, and she was so upset.
A dinosaur taking a dump on her.
Did she tell you to go to the principal's office?
Yes, called my parents. Got a nice
you were just
whooping from my
your
mom
feelings
about that one. Yeah. She was, now when I look back on it, she was a newer teacher, and I was a difficult student. So that's always a recipe for friction.
That's funny.
She sent me to the OG next door all the time when she couldn't deal with me, and I shut my ass up when I went in there.
Oh, for real?
Oh, yeah, she was different.
She was tough?
Yeah, she didn't take no shit.
That's crazy.
That's what kids want, and I did better with her.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Yeah, man. That's what I was when I was a kid. You know, that's the one constant throughout school is art. I was good at it. I never drew a stick figure in my life.
That's cool.
That's all I can draw.
Yeah, I can't even draw stick figures.
Oh, I did a couple tattoos on people, but
Damn,
Hold up.
That's terrible.
You
marketing.
tattooed people?
yeah, I was like the apprentice.
That's
You apprentice?
funny.
I thought about doing that when I was younger. I wanted to do that.
It was a different kind of apprentice,
Yeah, I'm sure.
but you know what I'm saying. I was like drawing like, you know, like if somebody want to get MS-13 on them, I'm like, all right, bet.
That's hilarious,
You know what I'm
bro.
saying? But we were just bored. Bro.
Yeah.
We ain't had nothing to do, so
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
that's funny.
I was like, cause I seen the tattoos. I'm like, you know what, man, that looks easy. I think I could do that. And I was good with like letters. I could never draw like faces or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
It sounds like you're drastically underestimating yourself. Because if you were tattooing people and they kept letting you do it, then
I mean,
you have to have some.
People are pretty dumb. Like, it used to be a whole scab, but when the scab healed up, it looked pretty good.
That's hilarious.
Oh my god.
Yo, so what about high school? Did you play any sports or anything like that in high school?
I played sports with my friends a lot. I have the same group of friends from like elementary school, like all the way to now, really. And most of them played sports from they were very little. I played sports with them outside for fun. Never wanted to join a team, and then I started playing football. The beginning of my junior year in high school. That was the first time I played on a team. I made it. I lasted long enough to make it through my senior year and graduate. I wasn't really any good.
Yeah,
Got a little bit of playing time here and there.
but you just have fun.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
So
And it
that's when you
definitely-
started working out. Is that
Yes.
Would you say that's when you started lifting?
When I played football, it was one of the first time I was exposed to organized physical training, and it changed me. I loved it. I went I'll never forget it. The very first time I went in the weight room was the summer before 11th grade. So I'm like, had to be 16 maybe,
Yeah.
15, 16, 17, probably 16. And I'm talking about doughboy soft. I wasn't small. I was big, heavier, but I was
Yeah.
also very weak. Yeah, titty boy before 2 Chainz.
Titty boy.
Yeah, man. And then I couldn't bench press like a 10 on each side.
That's crazy.
I couldn't squat a plate. By the end of my senior year, I could bench press 285 and squat like 435
Dang.
in like 2 years. So if go towards pain, people. That's where growth is.
Yeah.
Don't shy away from it.
You know what I call him?
Don't do it. Don't you do it. Everyone in the gym already does it, and my close friends would be like, "That's not him at all." It's not. It's not.
No, but I'm saying like the way he sounds and everything. And who does he look like? Take the beard away and the glasses.
He ain't gonna get it.
Yeah, Miss Payne or
Major pain.
Major Payne.
That's
Yo.
hilarious. That's the one I've gotten my whole life. In college, I was Major Pain for Halloween.
That's funny.
I won best costume.
especially the way he be talking like real
Nah,
fast.
Yeah.
nah, bro.
What's his real name? Marlon Wayans.
Damon
or
Wayans.
Damon Wayans.
I get Damon
yeah.
all the time. I had a white couple in Richmond that thought I was him at a bar.
You should
No
have been like,
way.
yeah, buy
What
me
do you mean
some
should have?
drinks.
I absolutely did. I milked it the whole night. I couldn't believe it. I was like, they haven't asked me to buy shit. They bought every single. You guys are stupid. This is great. Took pictures and everything. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. But
David Goggins, bro.
David Goggins is
David
what they say in my
Goggins,
gym.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because you be taking it to a whole nother level.
Sometimes to a fault. Sometimes to a fault. But yeah, whatever type of training I'm doing, I want to see how far I can push it. It used to be heavy weightlifting. I did that for like 15 years until my, almost broke my back. So I had to reshuffle the deck, but I take the same approach to a different type of training too.
Yeah.
That's how I ended up working with Afghan cuz. I was trying to lose weight and condition.
Yeah, he lost a lot of weight since the
And-
winter.
Yeah, I did 6 weeks where I went to the gym 10 times a week. Twice every weekday and rest on the weekend. I go in the morning with that wild ass Afghan combat like training for war type of guy.
That dude,
Do
I'm
like 2
telling you.
hours of cardio or more with him, and then go home, eat, work, eat some more, and then come back in the evening and lift weights.
Yeah, that dude is a savage. He's scary, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
he's,
he's
like
just like-
he's the nicest guy though.
But he's really
He's
nice.
just
Yeah,
the nicest person.
but
The most dangerous ones usually are.
yes, yeah. So I'm always like, "What's up, man? How you doing? Like, what you?"
It's like the real John Wick.
Yeah, bro, straight up.
He could definitely kill you with a pencil.
Yeah, this dude. Yeah, he's there just like.
He put on an oxygen deprivation mask and a 50-pound flank jacket, and I asked him why he would wear that. He said, "So I can get tired faster. Now I only have to train for 2 hours instead of 4.5." Like, what?
Yeah.
So I can get tired.
What?
faster.
I gotta meet that guy.
Yo. Yes, bro. That dude's intense. Every time he's soaked. His shoes, everything.
He says he trains until his shoes are filled with water. That's like word for word what he says. And there's no like sweat vest or plastic bag. It's dressed normal like you and me. He just goes until it's, there's nothing left.
And he's like mid-40s, right?
I don't know, man. He's like Wolverine. I can't tell how old he is.
Yeah, bro.
Gray hair, but like superhuman. Like I don't know, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I need to get back to training, man. I forgot to tell you last week what I was gonna talk about. But I mean, everybody knows. You might not know, but I was in prison for a while, and in prison we used to train all the time.
What else is there to do?
And I was working in around Huntington. You know where Huntington is at, Alexandria. And I'm in a 7-Eleven, and I look at somebody, and I'm like, I know that guy. I haven't seen him. He must have just got out, but I haven't seen him in like 12 years. And I'm like, is that him? I'm like, oh shit, that's him. But yo, he used to drag us. Just
Like animal.
I've been a fat boy all my life, but back in 2009, 10, 11, he used to drag me through the mud. Fat boy and everything. We ran like 10 miles one day. And he was just like, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth and just forget about everything. And it's true, yo. The only thing you feel is pain in your fucking legs.
Yeah.
But as long as you control that, but that was the only time I could ever do it.
Your brain can only focus on.
But I didn't even say what's up to him. Like I had to text him later on, like through Facebook.
Why?
I was dog. You know he would go on me to see me that I'm fat now.
Yo.
He would go in on me. He'd probably be like, "What the fuck happened to you?" So I was like, "Damn."
Yeah, because he was pretty, like, there's a picture I saw of him. Like, when he got out, I was like, damn, this dude is like a pit bull, bro.
Yeah. It's probably
So-
still
Like,
big,
yeah.
So it was more like shame, like, damn, like, yo, I need to get back in the gym.
Yeah.
Like, that's, you know what I mean? Because even like 5 years ago, I would go to Lifetime. You know, in Lifetime, you know, you have the whole nine. It ain't like Planet Fitness. Like, you go,
No, Lifetime
you
is
work
like-
out.
Yeah.
And then you go to the sauna, or you can take a shower, you can even swim
Anything.
laps, you can do
Anything
anything you
Yeah.
want.
They got it all.
So like there's a Lifetime down the street. So I was telling my wife, I was like, yo, when we get back from vacation, I'm gonna get that membership and I'm going.
Let's go,
Yeah.
bro.
Cause just seeing him just gave me that motivation, like because I felt so ashamed, you know what I mean?
Sometimes you need a little bit of that. Like my friend, like I was from like, I want to say from like third or fourth grade is when I really started gaining weight. From then all the way up to high school, I was a fat boy. So I know what that's like. And my friends, really everyone, would do the same, ridicule me vicious. It's the DMV, man. Nobody roasts better than anywhere in the country than they do here. If you survived, growing up before the 90s are earlier here, yeah, you got thick skin. So, and that's exactly what happened. It was coming from every angle, and when I finally did something about it, the people who actually, changed their tune afterwards ended up being my friends. And I like that. I like it. It's growth is uncomfortable, man. It sucks.
Yeah, like my son too, my stepson, he just recently, like 2 years ago, he was all flappy, had a stomach, had titties, and his uncle, he lives in the basement. His uncle used to make fun of him all the time, like pinch his like shit, like yo, go to the gym, because his uncle was like petite, like literally no muscles. He used to like complain, almost cry, because he was 13 and he was so short. I need to grow and all this other. But now you seen he buff. He good now. He go to the gym. And then eventually he started going to the gym with him. And now, Gio's starting to get solid too.
Yeah. You'd be surprised how quickly it'll change.
Yeah.
Like, like David Goggins, that's like a principal there. It's like inspiration is found in suffering, and like motivation isn't real. It's like motivation is like a spark. Somebody comes by with water, will put the spark out. You know, if you are driven or obsessed and have passion for it and committed, that's like a fire, and a splash of water can't put a whole fire out.
So how much weight have you lost in the last 12 months?
12 months?
Yeah.
In at least the last 8 months, I probably lost like a little over 20 pounds. When I started, I was like 215.
But it's probably more because you probably got rid of more fat because you also got, like, you gained more muscle. And muscle weighs more than fat.
I've actually lost a little bit of muscle, minimal, but like I've always tried to keep a high volume of muscle mass, but I was just chunky. It was like a long bulk.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get healthier, and I had just gotten hurt, not February 23, but 22, a little over a year ago. I hurt my back really badly, and I was like, before that, I was like, I gained 17 pounds in 2 months, lifting weight, like muscle. I was going crazy. My friends were trying to tell me, "Yo, chill, you're." Like I found.
What were you squatting?
I had discovered mobility, and like my cousin is a personal trainer, and he, a couple of years ago, got me into stretching and mobility. You see how long I spend warming up?
Yeah.
And when I started doing that, I could lift weights like I did in high school again. I was like, what? Oh man, let me see how far I can push it. And I tried to get stronger than I was in high school, and I did, but I ended up paying the price for it.
What were you squatting like when you were like that big?
At the peak, I was probably doing for reps like 405, 410. Like for 4 or 5 reps. I never would do a single rep max, so that's too much. I don't want to put that much volume, but probably like.
So how you almost break your back? Like squatting, deadlifting?
I was squatting, and I came in on a day and was lifting lighter, which was crazy. I was doing sets of 10. It was supposed to be a deload, but it was really supposed to be a day off, and I didn't take the day off. I went for a light workout, did like 3 sets of 10, but I had 3 plates and one wrong angle, and felt like my spine went out like that. I couldn't walk.
Did it crack?
Very loudly.
Fuck.
Did people hear it?
It sounded like a bang.
Oh.
Like a gunshot under a pillow.
This dude always got some funny knowledge.
Yeah, that's
Was
what
people like people heard
under a
it and they
pillow.
were like, "Oh shit," or you just like walked it off?
No, I didn't know. It happened, and I immediately just dropped the weight off my back. I didn't rack it. I dropped it immediately, and I knew something was very wrong. So I walked over to the turf area. It took me like 10 minutes to walk that distance.
Dang.
Like 50 feet, 100 feet.
Oh shit!
And I got down on the ground, and I didn't get up on my own power again for 2.5 days.
Damn. So you had like the ambulance there and everything.
There's a couple of med school grads, people who are ready to graduate from med school, luckily. And my cousin, he was also there. And the dude did a quick evaluation, and he was like, okay, got to get you to the emergency room, but it looks like it's no nerve damage. Usually people vacate their bowels if they have nerve damage. I'm like, damn, did I get that close to I almost shit myself? Jesus Christ.
Damn, I didn't know that.
He's like, yeah, you didn't
Nerve
do that, so that's a
damage.
good sign. I was like, oh, my God. They carried me to the elevator, to the car. When they
You drove yourself?
No. Him and my cousin carried me to the car, to my cousin's car.
Oh, shit.
They hauled my ass in the back seat. My cousin drove me to the emergency room, and they brought my wheelchair out to the car, and I was in a wheelchair. Did X-rays and everything.
How was it getting out the car and getting in that wheelchair and going into
It was
the...
fucking awful. Everything hurts.
No, but I'm talking about mentally.
Oh, from the moment I got down on the turf, I was so scared. I thought I had permanently damaged I was thinking, am I ever going to walk again? Because I couldn't move my legs.
That's scary, bro.
Damn.
And I could move them just a little bit, and I was thinking that that's terrible, but he's like, no, the fact that you can move them at all is a very good sign. I'm like, oh, my God. How close did I come to just... It changed my whole paradigm. Yeah, it changed my whole paradigm. And the doctor told me, is like, to explain what happened, and I did. And she's like, yeah, you're lucky you didn't suffer more permanent damage. And, she explained what my habits are. And it's like, okay, all that stretching probably saved you from permanently damaging yourself, but you are hurt.
Dang.
You probably have a bulging disc. If you have nerve damage, it'll get worse over the next couple of days. So then you'll obviously come back, and we'll take you for an MRI. But it didn't get worse. I did electric acupuncture therapy every day for the first week, and that shit really helped. I noticed how much better I felt every day when I would come home. But it was a little over 3 months before I even walked in the gym again. So all that power and size was gone by the time I was back. had to start all the way back from the beginning, and I was like,
God humbled you real quick.
very quickly. It's not the first injury I've had. I've had. It's the worst one though. Tore my hamstring once. Broke my leg.
It?
Yeah. Showed up late for a pickup indoor soccer, and started playing without warming up. And halfway through the game, I slipped on the turf and hyperextended my leg, and I thought I blew my knee out. It was a loud pop, but it was my hamstring tearing.
You had to get surgery?
No, it was a grade 2 tear, so I didn't need surgery. I had the option. I was like, I'm good. I'm just gonna.
Yo,
stop
that's
being
the
so
thing
crazy.
with my foot. All right, so I'm a big boy, right? Everybody knows.
No,
I'm a big
nah,
boy.
bro.
About 3 years ago, I'm still probably a little slimmer than I am now, but practically the same size. On Christmas, all my boys decided let's race because I used to dust everybody. Slim, his brother, and homeboy named Primo, and they're like, your size and your size, and they're like, fat boy ain't got nothing.
You were Haloti Nada.
And we're going uphill, not downhill, uphill.
That's even crazier.
So I'm like, all right, I didn't stretch or anything either, and boom, go, and I'm hauling ass. I just look back.
You were beating him?
I beat them all.
That's crazy.
Me and my boys had a friend back in the day. His name was Pierre. He was very tall. He was a very heavy set dude. But my God, he could run. It didn't make sense. But
Anyway,
it makes sense.
Yeah,
So you
I beat
smoked
them
them.
all. Yeah, I smoked them all. Anyways, long story short, about a week or two later, my foot started hurting, and then it's been hurting probably for the last 3 years. And I go to the foot doctor. The first thing they tell me, yeah, we gotta chop your foot in half. We gotta da da da. I'm like,
I'm sorry, what?
nah, I'm good. I never went back. I got it in my head. I'm like, yo, I just gotta lose weight. If it's still there, I'll probably get a cortisone shot or something. Like, but they were talking about literally detaching my foot, putting it back together.
Did they even diagnose your injury? Like tell you what happened?
Bro,
to your foot?
I went 2 times to the foot doctor, and both visits were like 10 minutes. I sat there waiting for the doctor more time than what she told me was wrong with me. And I just felt like I was a number to them. Like it was just a dollar sign on my head.
I mean, good instincts.
Yeah, nah. 6-month recovery time too.
That's crazy.
Nah,
That's
I can't
crazy.
do it. I was like, nah. I was like, my fat ass just needs to lose weight.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But like more than losing weight, some people are naturally bigger than others, but more importantly is just overall functional health.
Yeah.
Can you run, jump, crawl, play with the kids, move, are you comfortable most of the time, reasonably flexible, like that's important. So I only lift weights 3 days a week. I still go 6 days a week, but everything else is like
Calisthenics.
stuff that I don't pay attention to, like
Bro,
different types of cardio.
1 week I went with him, Monday to Friday. His workout. I don't know if you saw the picture I posted today. My abs are coming out. 1 week of me working out with this guy. The mobility stuff, the stretching, all that stuff, bro. I feel like I can't wait for him to come back to the gym again, because then I'm gonna be working with him and we push each other. But like the mobility stuff, the stretching, like it's like different stretches. Like I didn't even know. I'm like, I'm in pain because, bro, I haven't stretched like that properly since I used to play junior year soccer in high school. I haven't stretched like that since, like proper stretch.
Yeah, what good is strength if you can't use it in every direction?
Yeah. So man, this dude today I posted that somebody was like, bro, your abs are coming out. I just realized it, and I was like, yeah, it's because I'm changing the way I'm working out, and I'm not just lifting every single day for 5 days. We're lifting, doing HIIT workouts, stretching, like everything. So
I have one day that's only mobility and stretching.
yeah,
for like
it was
over
like
an
90 minutes, right? That we
hour and
did.
a half, yeah.
Is it like Pilates or
Isn't
Pilates stretching?
It's closer, yeah, but it's more functional. You're using it like I don't know how the machine works. I don't really know a lot about it, but just what I've seen, it looks like there's a cable system and you're like stretched, but you have like the loop and you have to pull your body weight from the muscle in the long position. So it's like stretching but with weight. Like if I was doing a stretch, there's like weight on my back, and I have to like stretch forward and then come get back up. At least that's what it looks like. I've been wanting to try Pilates, but
I'm about to go to y'all gym, yeah.
No, come with us, bro. I'm telling you. And then we push each other. He kind of underestimated me a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. And then I was like, nah, bro, let's go. Let's go. So next box jumps, I'm doing the big one. I felt kind of soft. I was like, damn, I really just lower I let my fear of not doing something, like, and then I'm doing it. I was like, bro.
Short of physical activity, I agree with that philosophy. But with any new training that I've never done before, I always take it a step back.
Yeah, of course. But
so
then
you weren't wrong for doing that at least the first time.
Yeah, but then I'm like, I can do more. I can do more. You know what I mean? And like the stretching.
Confirm you can do more instead of assuming.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man. That's how we got hurt.
Yeah, you're right. But it's not weights. I mean, it's nothing.
Yeah. But it's all, once you try something and you can do more, that's the right attitude. Like I agree with you. Yeah. But like disclaimer.
Yeah. Like today, I was doing arms, bro. I haven't done this in a long time. I started with, like on the preacher curls, but on the other side, so your arms are standing
vertical. Yeah.
Yeah, completely down, bro. I ended up finishing. You know me. I go up in weight.
Yeah. Pyramid.
Yeah, I go up in weight. So I ended up doing 80. 7 sets, 7 reps of 80 on my fifth set. I was like, damn, bro.
Feel good.
Yeah, it feels good.
Those are the best days.
Yeah, it feels good. But then I'm like, that's all that's been because I've been pushing myself, getting myself uncomfortable and saying, you know what? Forget my ego. Let me do something different. Let me listen to this guy because he's lost a lot of weight. He's getting in shape. And then I see him like freaking walking around like wet all the time. So I was like, you know what? Let me work out with this dude. And then boom. Now just 1 week, bro. 1 fucking week.
And your abs coming in.
Yeah. So
you're gonna have to ignore them DMs now for real.
This guy.
Yo, but yeah, let's switch gears a little bit. I forgot what I was we had a conversation now. I just thought about it. I was like, yo, I have to mention this. The whole UFO conversation.
Oh yeah.
All right. I was at the beach, bro. And she can vouch for me.
Oh shit.
I'm fishing. We're night fishing. It's like 4:30 in the morning. You can see all the stars, everything. I'm looking up. I know it's a satellite. I know what a satellite looks like. I know what a plane looks like. I've done all this fucking research of what is what in the sky, right? I could tell you, oh yeah, that's one of the satellites or Starlink or whatever. Like I kind of been like a little obsessed about that.
Them, yeah.
I always look to the sky, even because I used to smoke a lot of weed. I used to do mushrooms. I used to just look in the sky and just wait for something. Nothing ever happened. And I'm fishing. And I'm up there, and I'm like, man, because she was trying to talk to me about something, and I was like, shh, just be quiet and just look to the sky.
Let's just enjoy this moment.
Yeah, like just. Do you ever wonder? And I'm like, holy shit! I'm like, look at that. And there was actually it wasn't a star because I know what a falling star, a shooting star looks like. Yeah. We thought it was a plane. It was not moving like a plane because it went like that.
Changing directions all crazy and stuff.
Not crazy. It was just like if you take this and it was just going like. Oh, it kind of did a jump.
Oh man.
A little like.
So it was
like a little snake move. Oh. And then I'm like, you see that? Bro, you see that. You got to see that. And I was trying to tell Jordy, look. He was like, man, go ahead with that shit. He didn't look. Maria's looking. He was like, oh, shit, I see it. And we were looking at it, and then it just disappeared.
No.
And then I'm like, nah, man. I'm not even going to confirm what it was because I just don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just put it as I don't know. But deep down, my biased self is saying it was a UFO.
You could tell that you were seeing something that you couldn't quite.
I didn't know what it was.
Find what it was.
Yeah, and I kept telling everybody like, look. You know, nobody looked. They were probably like fucking.
They didn't
nuts.
Even look.
They didn't look.
That's crazy.
She looked, and I think one other guy looked, but it was just so small that it wasn't. It had to be either in space or like
way up there.
Yeah, it was like really way up there.
I mean, yeah, man. I'm deep down the alien rabbit hole. Like like they say that 7 out of 10 UFO sightings aren't actual aliens. They're like secret government reverse engineered alien technology.
Yeah.
So chances are that was a person flying it.
Yeah.
Are
So
you serious?
It's most likely.
or
That's what's most
either
likely.
A person, actual
A
like
human being.
or either a drone, like some sort of like.
Or yeah, if it's remote, they figured
Yeah,
out a way
remote,
to make
yeah.
it remote. But
Yeah.
they use like I don't know for anyone out there who wants to know where I'm getting all this. Dr. Stephen Greer did the Disclosure Project in 2001 at the National Press Club, and that's where he had like a dozen government whistleblowers from various secret projects that were there. He did another one this past June on the 12th. This time there were like 50 people and like a couple hundred more on record.
Dang.
So he has like the stuff that he was saying was so crazy, but there are so many receipts and reputable people backing it up over and over again. I'm like, yo, this is insane.
Because they have recovered craft, like the guy, I forgot his name. You got the names all down. I should have like wrote it down or
this
something.
dude,
But
I'm deep
that,
down the rabbit hole.
the one guy that just came out that said, yeah, we have multiple, recovered aircraft.
Did he have
that
glasses?
I think so, and
That's
he was
probably
like,
Greer.
he was talking about that.
What's his name?
We've been reverse
Dr. Stephen
engineering
Greer, I
them.
think.
And also, there's a story out there, the whole Roswell incident. There was an actual alien that was like recovered,
Yeah.
and the reason why we got like cell phones and all that
From them.
was because they wanted to contact their people to be like, "Yo, we crashed, bruh.
This
or
man?
like come get me." I don't think so. I don't
That's
think
what I'm
it-
talking about.
I don't think it was that dude. And anyways, like, so the humans helped the aliens make a device so they could contact
Their people.
to let them know.
It's true. It's true. It's
And we
true.
never we've never shot them down. Now we're starting
No,
to
no,
shoot
no,
them
no,
down.
No. We shot the first one down.
The
one you're talking about.
the Roswell,
Yeah,
you think?
Maybe they don't know that we did it, but we did it. Because their technology like uses like resonant frequency. So the equipment that it would take to like we use that by accident like for radar and shit like that. And like you can disrupt their navigation system, and that's the only way you can make them crash. Otherwise, they can navigate across the galaxy.
That's crazy, bro.
Like we're messing with stuff that we don't really understand how far. Like nuclear weapons, they're really interested in that because apparently it affects higher dimensions of existence. So like, and reality is layered on top of itself. So if you blow up a nuclear weapon and it causes damage in the 5th dimension, that's happening. So you're blowing up people who aren't even in a war. For all you know, and they're coming to this dimension to tell you, "Yo,
I'm just like,
what are you doing?"
But
Chill
aren't
out.
there like even the CIA was like studying the
Bro,
whole
The CIA was created for this purpose, for intelligence gathering from other countries and managing like the deepest secrets of our country and manipulating them against our country or everyone else who they deem.
But
worthy of it.
my thing is like, yo, why don't they just come out and say it? Like,
Because secrecy is their whole thing. Like there's a couple. The only technologies that I've heard about are like one for energy that I could tell you with any like competence, the energy that they use and how their propulsion works. Like it's anti-gravity, like gravity control. The energy is 0-point energy. It's cheap to make. Tesla invented it in 1912. That's why they got him out the way and took all the shit. They keep
I
it
heard
secret.
about that.
It's so powerful that
They make energy out of like thin air, right?
exactly.
They
That's
were
how
talking about it on Breaking Points. Do you follow Breaking Points?
I don't think so. I'm
Okay,
not
they were
sure.
talking about it, how they were like,
I'm
yo,
about to.
there's this new technology where like you can just take energy out of thin air.
Yeah, the quantum realm.
So and they
So-
couldn't really
is that the thing
explain
that you're
it.
telling me about? Like that you can
Potential
have
energy. Yeah.
like the energy to
The potential energy inside the volume of a coffee cup could power New York for 100 years. Because there's like particles coming in and out of existence on the smallest level, and that requires energy and endless. Like every cell in your body has 1.4 volts of electricity just to move for the nerves in it. You have
so that's why we gotta have minerals.
yeah, but just think about that. 1.4 volts of electricity in one cell. There's like 37 trillion cells in your body. You have like 50 you have enough power in your body, energy to power a city indefinitely or destroy it if you release it all at once.
So definitely aliens are like interdimensional.
All of the above. There's some of them that can travel across dimensions. Some of them are a little bit more local. Like Men in Black is real.
Yeah.
They got an airport and passports and shit like that, I'm sure. Like,
Yeah, I heard about a lot about like guys in suits showing up after something happens.
Yeah. Like the
like I was telling you last week, like movies or 2 weeks ago when
I'm glad you said that.
Nabil was here. When I was like movies, it's like they're just throwing you a bone.
It's what the CIA calls a psychological operation or psyop.
Yeah, like they're just trying to like
They're controlling your perception of something to manipulate how you react to it if it happens in real life. So you'll question your own reality because everything in a movie you see, oh, it's not real. It's just a movie.
Yeah.
Like look at your family; it wouldn't even look up.
Yeah.
Couldn't even get them to do this. Be curious enough to do that.
Because they think I'm a little crazy about that shit.
Me, I would look just for the opportunity to make fun of you. Why not? I'll look. It's up. And if it's like, not there, I'm going to let you have it. And if it is,
look this up if y'all don't believe me. Tucker Carlson's like dad, CIA. The guy from the guy that used to do investigative reporting. The Project Burritos guy.
Oh yeah. James O'Keefe.
CIA.
He's CIA.
He comes from a CIA family.
Oh dang!
Like, come on! Like, if you really look into the backgrounds of these people, reporters and all this shit, and I'm just like,
the whole reason all of it is so hush hush is because the people, the big interests.
Fucking your boy,
Who?
His dad, CIA.
Who?
Your boy, man, Tate.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
His dad was a CIA operative. That's why he worked in like information transmission because he spoke like 8 languages. He said his dad learned Russian in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
And
imagine that kind of brain.
Just
power,
that, just that makes me question Andrew Tate, bro. The Tate brothers, like, government psyop. What's going on here? You know what I mean?
You take everything with a grain of salt. That's just the best thing to do. Like the
why?
number, like for anyone who, like for what I'm saying, don't believe me.
Yeah.
I don't want you to.
Yeah,
Go,
this is your opinion.
If you're interested enough,
Your
go
opinion.
do your own research and form your own opinion.
Yeah.
That's what all of this is about. They're trying to take away your ability to do that.
Everything from politics through
Food, water, everything.
everything.
They want to control every aspect of your life. Like this, the idea of a 15-minute city is terrifying to me. It's the Hunger Games.
Yeah, I heard about that. Canada doing that.
Everyone. What do you think the World Economic Forum and World Health Organization are about? Nobody voted for them. Yeah. Heads of state of the most powerful countries around the world in an unelected organization being led or chaired by someone no one voted for. You know that dude, that weird, creepy supervillain dude, Klaus Schwab?
Yeah,
the Economic Forum chair?
Yep.
I looked at it like where he's from, and that shit blew my mind.
Where is he from?
His family's Swiss. They moved from Switzerland to Ravensburg, Germany in 1932. Okay, and he was born in 1938 in Ravensburg, Germany.
Yeah. Soros
to Wilhelm Schwab, who ran an A&G company that received the National Socialist Company of the award from the fucking Nazi Party.
That's crazy.
Like this dude was born into a not sympathizer but participant.
And George Soros too, like what he was talking about, what he did when he was a kid and all that. Like, yo.
Yeah, man. It's just like we didn't win World War II. We won the battle, not the war. They went the fascist element went underground. And they use everything else that they started fighting for as just another tool to control you. Because none of it's real. Like, the technology we described? Like the energy.
Energy, they were messing with it.
If you open source that to everyone, the entire global economic structure would completely be ruined because it returns political, not just physical power, but political power to the person.
That's why Hitler was so obsessed with the whole.
All of them. Mao in China, communist China. He shaved the heads of all the women and men and made them all wear the same clothes, so you couldn't tell there was no gender. You don't love anyone but me, and Mao is your god.
That's crazy.
They're still using that formula in North Korea, and they're trying to do it.
And what do you think they're doing here? We're trying to take God away from the state, and then like you said, you can choose your gender. You don't know what's what. It's like the same. It's the same freaking idea, bro.
what's what
I
isn't
think,
that
alright,
complicated.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell my conspiracy theory on that. It's like I think people they're trying to reach some sort of like one world, everything, right?
That's exactly what they're doing.
Well, I think maybe that's what the aliens do too.
Nah, the aliens are non-hostile.
You think so?
1,000%.
What makes you say
I'm
that?
gonna tell you why. It's so obvious when I heard this idea. Okay, they came here. So far as we know, in the 1940s. I think it's much longer. Or maybe we'll get to that.
They've probably been here thousands of years.
Hundreds of thousands of years.
Yeah.
Certain ones.
Haha.
But yeah, bro, if they had hostile intentions, the advanced level of their technology would become very apparent in 1940. Like if we shot them down and they knew it and they had hostile intentions, it could have wiped us off the face of the earth if they want to.
Like that.
Instantly. You're talking about people who are, you know how they build their spaceship? The same way they take energy out of the material into thin air and do that, they can do that with matter. They can control which particles come into exist. They take a resonant frequency, tune it, and you just see a fucking spaceship materialize in front of you. There's no nuts, bolts, panels. It's like a solid piece of metallurgy.
That's what they say is a solid
Like
piece.
we had one and they couldn't take it apart because it was so perfectly built. They had to bring like two 18-wheelers with like energy sources for a laser to cut into it.
That's crazy.
They couldn't cut it with a diamond drill bit.
Damn.
Like, come on, man.
All right,
It's
so-
not hostile. They're trying to stop us from
okay.
destroying ourselves.
Yeah.
Because we're probably destroying them, like you said, through
Yeah, and like
war.
normally they like I think they have a policy of non-interference with developing planets like ours. Like there's a type 0, type 1 civilization. Like a type 1 civilization can harness the power of their planet. Okay, a type 2 can harness the power of their star. And 3 is like the whole galaxy. I don't know if there is a 4.
So we're type 1.
No, we're not even that. We're like type 0.6. We're 0. We're 0.
Yeah,
we're
they
fighting.
probably
We're
like-
fighting over gas and electricity.
Yeah, like
and
Joe Rogan says,
oil.
like they're probably up there, like like these fucking monkeys. Like,
Yeah.
They're
you
driving
know?
by and like, ooh, this
This
planet
is
ghetto.
ghetto, yeah.
We can't stop
Yeah,
here.
this-
We'll go at the next exit. We'll see what Mercury's talking about.
That's funny.
But
like yo, they're killing each other over like this, like food. Like I was telling you, like yo, here's capitalism. I forgot what conversation we were having. We were like, yo, aliens, maybe they're not even that. Like, yo, like, you know what I mean?
there
Like,
is no political structure to
there's
them.
nothing.
Every single individual has the capacity to create their own perpetual energy. The only reason anything is expensive is because of the cost associated with the energy to do it. That's why 3 billion people can't cook their own food because they can't afford energy to create the heat to do it. They have to burn sticks and shit, right? This tool would erase world hunger and poverty in 20 years because you not only give people the means to build and cook their food, but they could grow it. You can grow food in the Sahara
so the
Desert
next question
easily.
would be, what's their purpose?
To maintain their wealth. There's hundreds of trillions of dollars in fixed
No, I'm talking about the aliens. Like, what's their purpose of existence? Like,
depends on which one you're talking about, because they're people like us. Some of them could be good and some of them are bad. Like the human history that we're taught, all of that's a lie.
yeah.
Like dynastic Egypt.
Do you believe in like the Anunnakis and stuff?
Yeah, that should make too much sense. It sounds fantastical, but again, it's backed up with like translations from ancient cuneiform tablets.
Yeah,
and stuff
but then
like that.
and then it's like like Hercules and them. It's kind of like them.
Yeah, we all are.
You know what I'm saying? And then
We all
like
are.
the history just gets washed down. But then when you look back, it's like, okay, 12 gods, 12 apostles, 12 this, 12 that, 12. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they came to this place, the solar system, to mine the planets. They had people on Mars, Venus, and Earth. Okay, and then like the short form story, half a million years ago, they show up to mine the planets, and then 250,000 years in, especially the working class, like we don't want to do this labor no more. It's too hard. And the ruler
So they
here on
created
Earth,
us.
the ruler here on Earth, somewhere in the middle, the ruler here on Earth says we have these early hominids. We can genetically tinker with them to make them just smart enough they can do our slave labor. All of our oppression is just copying the worst of them.
Yeah. And then that answers the mystery of how were the pyramids built.
1,000%. We built them, but we had help. Someone taught
Yeah.
us how to do this. And the person who actually was responsible for doing that manipulation empathized with us, was like kind, and gave us the ability to live 1,000 years, the potential to be on their level or even higher. Then the ruler comes and doesn't like it and says, I will strike man down and to live no longer than 120 years. And that's how long the oldest people live. Yeah. So like Methuselah could have just been a translation of another person who's actually 900 years old, like literally.
And it's in the Bible too, like people that live.
And every religion,
900
years, bro. And every story, like they're all saying the same. They're all telling different parts of the same story. Most of them are telling the same story, and some of them focus on different parts of it. But it's all one story. That's why everyone argues so hard, because they believe we are right. Yeah, you are, but so are they.
Yeah.
Everyone like Atlantis wasn't a city. The whole planet was Atlantis. It was just one of like dozens of huge cities like that around the planet at the time. So they did that, gave us the juice, took some of it back, and then like we've been copying them, and like we got people down to like 70, 80 years now. We're keeping it up. And the reason we don't release that technology, in my opinion, is because they just want to maintain their status of wealth and dominance. Because as soon as you let that cat out of the bag, you know, everyone's free.
Pretty much equal.
Free. You have to rethink the entire basis of how you live. Real estate investing, that's gone. What? I could build my own house for $50 in like 8 weeks. And pay a couple guys across the street to help me. The energy's free. I could just rent the machine for a couple, like everything, like the cost of producing food is negligent. The energy's free. The water's almost free.
Now you see how they fuck with the tap water?
Yeah.
For us to go buy this shit.
Fluoride, this shit is worse. It's bad in a different way. Like the fluoride, they put it in everything. Toothpaste that you give to your children.
Yeah.
You read the label, it says that if you swallow it, you have to call poison control. Why am I brushing my teeth in my mouth with poison? Yeah. It calcifies your pineal gland in your brain. And it's
so what's the best way to like brush your teeth, would you say?
I use baking soda to brush my teeth. And instead of mouthwash, I use hydrogen peroxide.
Really?
Yeah. It's a little uncomfortable, but especially in the beginning, because if you have infections and stuff
it's gonna bubble.
It's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
If you have infections and like gum infection or a cavity or something like that, it'll probably hurt. But just do it consistently, be all right. Rinse your mouth out thoroughly with water afterwards. You know, I want to get a medical grade ionizer for water, so I can drink the best water. Yeah. That doesn't cost but like $1,400, $1,500.
I told you, my boy, the water from the main joint into the house has an ionizer. So everything is ionized. Showers, water from the faucet.
You drink your shower water.
Everything is ionized.
It's not just alkaline, but it's electrically charged, so that your body will absorb.
It's like a box, right?
I don't know.
They hook up to the main water line.
He just told me about it.
I think I know what you're talking about.
The countertop version that I'm talking about is like a box.
Yeah. That's not that much. That's only like a couple thousand.
1,500, 2,000, depending on what brand you get.
I think one of my customers had one of them installed in their main water line.
Yeah.
That'll change your life.
Yeah.
And it was like hooked up. His was probably pretty expensive because it was hooked up to like his phone.
Can I ask y'all a question? Yeah. Where have y'all traveled outside the States, if you have?
Me personally, Paraguay. Paraguay, that's about it. Okay. That I like been at.
And how long you stay there?
Well, I lived there my whole life.
Yeah, okay. I got plenty of questions for you.
Yeah, and then I went back a couple times after 2006.
All right.
Maybe like I've just been throughout the whole East Coast. I was born in California.
But not in the States? Not outside the States?
No.
Okay. So when I was a kid, I'm from Eritrea in East Africa. The first time I flew on a plane was the year before kindergarten, all the way there. And we stayed there the whole summer, came home, forgot how to speak English and everything. But like when I got older, the last 2 or 3 times that I went when I was overweight, because I had a lot of years here, every time I would go there, I would lose like 20 pounds when I'd come back. Mm-hmm. Every single time I went, I would always look forward to it. Because I thought it was like, and then
you ain't do nothing different.
Nothing different. I just ate what I was allowed to eat and, did the same, was just a kid. And then what really nailed it for me, I went to Costa Rica a couple of years ago. Now I'm an adult. I stayed there for 3 weeks, fucking drinking, sleeping like 3 hours a night. At this point, I was training like 5 days a week, 6 days a week. I was going like 2 or 3 times, maybe 40 minutes just to move. Less training, worse food, terrible sleep, and a cocktail of substance choices that I won't elaborate on here. But I came back, I lost 10 pounds. And my skin looked better, healthier. And that's what I knew. I was like, oh, man. And I thought back to the food I was eating. My cousin would, every morning he would make me drink, it's the same guy, the personal trainer. He would make me drink hot, warm lemon water and half a mango. And when I bit the mango the first time, I was like, this tastes like 5 mangoes at once. What is this thing on steroids? Like, nah, man, this is just where it's from. So you can grow it all the way up till it's fully ripe here, and they're not putting pesticides and nothing on it.
Yeah, it's like
it's pure.
Yeah, at my grandma's house, bro, the mangoes, they're like this big.
Yeah.
And then nothing. It's just rainwater, whatever.
It's not just the mango.
And you just like, when you bite that thing, and you're like, whoa, what is this, bro?
There's so much more. It's so much more life in it.
Different.
Yeah, I've heard so many stories about people that travel, in other countries, and everything's different. The air, the food, the water.
Everything. And,
El Salvador, they ban GMOs.
Good. Most countries that are with the shit are doing it. But, like, here, they're literally trying to poison you from every conceivable angle. Physically with your food and water, socially with their education, economically with the system that they built that we use. Every single angle. And it's exhausting. I didn't, like, when I came back from Costa Rica, I landed in fucking George H.W. International Airport in Houston, Texas, and immediately just felt the stress.
The pressure.
The stress, the pressure. The drug dog hit on me. I didn't even get through customs, and they pulled me and searched my bag and all that. I was like, Mike, I was thinking it to myself, and then it happened. I was like, oh, man, that's wild. But I don't say that to hate on America, because that's another trick that they want to do to you. They want to make you hate your country and give up. But it's just as much yours as theirs. They're trying to take it from you. Yeah. So they're doing that because we're the freest people in the world. We're the citizens with the most power.
Yeah, and we're under attack for real.
So what do you say for us to like start getting a little bit better when it comes to food and stuff like that? What can we do? Would you say like?
So yeah, is another reason why
like fighting like with the government. You know what I'm saying, to make changes. Because people, what can we do to like make a little bit of difference?
What you can do is more centered on yourself anyway, so you don't have to worry about them. But it just naturally conflicts with what they're doing. Yeah. They want to control your food and education and what you consume. You just eat whole foods. So there is no specific diet that works. There's a reason why vegans and like carnivore diet enthusiasts argue so much with each other is because technically they're both right. What they're both doing is getting off packaged food. And because both of their diets are based on whole foods, whole ingredients, whether it's animal-based or plant, it's still better than the trash they have in 90% of the grocery store. So they feel better. They're justified, and they're arguing with each other.
So you can do both.
Everything. Milk. I haven't had real milk in 8 years.
Bro.
But hear me out.
I'm like 15.
Hear me out.
Because somebody made me.
We're on the same page with that. But raw milk straight from the cow is better than all of it. The almond milk is bad too, unless you press your own. You can't trust someone else to do it for you. Yeah. That's what it is.
She used to do it all the time.
Either that or like very carefully vet whoever you're getting your food from. Like bio-organic, like go to a butcher that you know is confirmed. It's going to cost a little more, but
halal, you would say?
Yeah. Halal is one way, but it's not guaranteed.
Yeah, halal is just a little bit more what they eat.
I know people.
I don't know the specific guidelines that
worked in Whole Foods and are managers in Whole Foods and all that, and they're like, half of this shit is a little.
So is that what you meant by Whole Foods, or no? You're just talking about
whole food ingredients, not the store.
He's talking about Whole Foods.
Grocery stores in general, even Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, or whatever natural. They're all.
It's all a lie.
Lying. It's legal. It's legal for them to lie on packaging. So anything you read, and plant-based, like them fake eggs and fake sausages, that's the worst shit you can eat. So it doesn't mean like the plant organism. It's in a processing plant.
Yeah.
So what Whole Foods does, right, is they like to buy from local farmers, right? But they don't vet their farmers. It's like, okay, you just
they don't actually care.
You are organic. Yeah, we're organic. Okay, cool. We need 50,000 tomatoes. But all right, me as I'll throw a little bit of what I'm saying, whatever,
something, whatever I got to do to get these bills paid.
Laser tomatoes.
Bro, when I was working in the fields, we would put like some hydrogen pellets in the cabbage. Like
You work on the farm?
I was on top of the
I got questions for you, bro.
the jump.
You're
Man,
inside.
how much time do we got? Because I really got to use the restroom.
Go use
I
it.
know this is low standards, man, but
No. Go ahead. We got.
Hey, when nature calls,
we got
it's
15 minutes left on the jump. So
It's important.
But yeah, I was riding on top of the tractor with all these hydrogen pellets, and like
Were you? Was each field growing only one crop?
Nah, it was it was like one field, and then next to it would be like green peppers,
Exactly.
and then on
It's
red
monoculture.
peppers. But then sometimes it was the weirdest shit. They would crossbreed, so you would have like a green red pepper, and like it was weird.
No, but the peppers were in one field and the cabbage were in another, and the corn was in another section, right?
Yeah.
That's monoculture farming, and that's why you need so many pesticides because it destroys the biome. So even if your food is plant-based, they're killing every plant and small animal that could live on that field to grow, 100 acres of corn.
We would spray it and everything. We would spray it. We would put the hydrogen pellets in it, and I was like,
kills the soil too.
I was like, yo, hydrogen, what the fuck? Why are we using hydrogen pellets? Like,
If you had like one field where there's different crops growing all around each other, and they're different seasons, so the field is always in production all year long, then animals start coming back, birds, small insects. They're not that bad. They keep the ecosystem alive.
Yeah.
And then it's like
That does quite like what you said. It kills the dirt. That's why they used to get us to dig each corner of the fields in the middle. They would send it to a lab.
see how much time they have left before they completely destroy it.
Yeah, and then what they would do too is they would spray cow shit like all over the fields.
Manure.
I guess trying to bring it back to life. Or
Normal,
whatever.
but if you have grass-fed beef that's ranging, they're just going to shit there themselves, and they're eating the right food, so it's better quality manure instead of these cows that are sitting inside of a factory shack where there's 50,000 of them in one barn, eating grains, not moving, eating grains with all types of infections and heartworms and parasites. Yeah. And you're taking their shit.
Yeah, we used to have milk cows too.
Yeah,
and it was so dirty.
Constantly lactating.
I stopped drinking milk after I was in a dairy farm. I was like, nah.
You can get like whole foods from an organic farmer that does it sustainably. You won't do as much, but the quality of each will be better. Like egg yolks are supposed to be orange, not
Hold
yellow.
on. So this was when you were in prison.
Yeah.
So hold up. So that's part of it.
So, yeah, cheap labor.
It's
not a sustainable
so they got
business
y'all
model.
working.
What are they paying you, if anything?
40 cents an hour.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's
Slavery.
all connected, baby.
Slavery 2.0. Really, 6.0.
Jeez.
They used to have them
Like-
on the trailers,
like
everything,
the-
tractors.
I'm about to hurt some liberal feelings, but the Green New Deal, all the electric car quota, that's all built on a lie and human subjugation and exploitation.
Of course, the kids are gonna
Like the kids
pick
in,
up the what is it
cobalt.
called? The cobalt. Yeah.
Cobalt and lithium. And then more
The
kids in
Congo.
China who are working for prison wages to produce the batteries.
The Uyghur Muslims out in China, like if you look into the whole Uyghur, it's like I think it's Russia that don't want them, right? Or no, North Korea, I think.
The Chinese were the ones who were trying to eject them. Where were they trying to send them to?
Well, they were trying to. I think it's North Korea.
Oh yeah, they're not taking them.
Or
North Korea.
it was one of those border countries where they're like, nah, they're your people. Nah, they're your people. Okay, we'll take them. You know what I'm saying? We'll take them.
China's
we'll
government
slave
got
them.
like 10 to 20 years tops before it completely collapses.
So that kind of explains too how
Theirs is
the
a bubble.
Nazis were also they just they picked the Jews. The same thing. They had them in concentration camps, working.
That doesn't make every Jew a victim. It's like during slavery, not every there are some black people who sold out and went in the house and told them
I
their
didn't
people
want to open that can of worms.
to try it. But
You're right. You're right.
It has nothing to do with what color you are. It's human psychology and nature.
I
what
wasn't
they
talking.
do.
I was just saying.
They do it in prison when they do put you in solitary.
Yeah.
They break you.
Yeah.
They figure out how your mind works. They find the right lever to pull, and they pull it until you break, and then they can do whatever they want with you.
Y'all ain't break me, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Actually, they did. I was crying on that one. We just had an episode where I was talking about I was in solitary for like 7 months. I was only 16.
That's. I'm so sorry they did that to you.
It is what it is.
But that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like locking someone.
but
how often
16,
they let you
bro.
out? They give you any yard time?
no yard time. It's just
24/7.
1 hour a day, and sometimes I would just like I don't need a shower today. Dog. I'm like,
Just
I'm
to take, they
alright.
just let you out for an hour to clean yourself.
Or use the phone.
Okay, so you had some human interaction. If you had,
Yeah.
that's
But that
that's
wasn't
still-
nothing compared to the people that were around me that were in there for like years.
And if you don't have anyone to call,
Yeah.
you're alone.
I
Tell
met
him about the guy, the Rasta dude.
Yeah, I was about to say that the Rastafarian dude was there for like a long time because he didn't refuse to cut his dreads.
That's a soldier of God.
He was in
That
there
type of
like
will is
15
different.
Years.
In
50
solitary.
years in the hole.
And then check this
What?
out. And check this out. Now in Virginia state prisons, you can grow your hair and your beard.
He broke them.
And I'm sure he's home now, but still, he
Samuel
did all
Bull
that.
was in there for 6 years. 6 years in solitary.
But yeah, slave labor, all that. People that make Virginia license plates.
Yep.
They were at the prison that I was at, Powhatan Correctional Center.
Mm-hmm.
It's a high security prison.
And the worst part about all of it, this whole horrible society is a construct. It's not real. Technology we're using, it's like from the 1800s. Like all of our energy solutions, like the stuff we were talking about that they figured out from alien technology, just the energy, not even the gravity control, just the energy by itself, would flip all of this in like 2 decades socially. Environmentally, 5-10 years, nature would heal itself. It takes, if you think about it, it takes constant effort to keep nature down. The physical power of nature to want to live is very strong. Like a parking lot, if you leave it unmaintained, in 5 years there's weeds and stuff growing out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
10 years there's
Trees.
shrubs and a couple of concrete blocks.
They
50
said,
years
in
you'll never even know it was there.
Yeah, in Detroit, they say you can see that a lot.
Google Chernobyl.
Oh, yeah, Chernobyl, yeah.
Chernobyl was a nuclear catastrophe and the place was irradiated. It's still poisonous to live there.
Yeah.
And nature's already grown back in that environment.
Yeah.
So it's like, you just give us energy. It's like, it's crazy. It would be a world where like your house would be super advanced with no wires and great technology and all that. But everything outside of your house is pristine nature. Like perfect harmony.
We need that.
So what's the solution then? We're about to get shut down. We're about to get door
They're
knocking.
going to email y'all. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're about to get door knocks.
At least what I got from the Disclosure Project, what he sees people who have the like inventor syndrome. Lots of people rediscover this type of technology on their own or come up with something that's just more efficient than what we have.
Yeah.
And the system doesn't want that because they want to keep poor people down so they can keep their obscene wealth. All right? So he's saying like you can't gatekeep this and try to get a patent. That's not going to work. Every military government agency has a representative at the patent office. So they're watching what everyone invents, and they flag you right when you try to make $1 off of it, thinking I'm going to be the next Rockefeller of energy. No, you're not. You think Rockefeller going to let you do that? No.
There was a guy that invented, I heard this one on the Joe Rogan, a guy that invented a tire that never goes flat, that you would never have to change your tire ever again.
They wouldn't even give you a tire.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to give you free, abundant electricity forever? A tire they wouldn't let you get
the
it.
guy that invented an engine that runs off of water?
They killed
Oh,
him.
yeah.
The guy from the Buffalo shooting, the Buffalo mass shooting where all those black folks got shot at their grocery store, the security guard who tried to save everybody, he built an engine like that. And he died. That kid was on message boards with retired federal agents, allegedly. So y'all don't get canceled.
Yeah.
Y'all should get a button. and
Nah,
just
but
press it.
that's a problem too in America. Is like, yo, like when something goes down.
Before I forget, you asked me a question like, what's the solution? Anyone who comes into gets that type of technology on their hands for 0 point energy, you send it to every laboratory in the world, open source on the internet, and send it to everyone for free. You don't get intellectual property. This is too big for you to keep to yourself.
Because once you try to keep it to yourself, they're gonna kill you.
Exactly, before you can ever get it out. Or they'll let you wait till you die because they know how greedy you are.
So
It's a test from God. The only way to help everyone is to give it.
Yeah.
That's why they got Tesla. Nikola Tesla.
He no. He's peddling electric cars whose batteries kill like how many kids?
No, he's talking about Tesla.
Oh, Nikola Tesla himself.
Yeah.
My bad, y'all.
I was
thought I
like,
was talking about
chill,
Elon
bro.
Musk.
Yes, though 1,000%. He copied the energy they used for the Great Pyramid of Giza, which I think is a giant version of the 0-point energy generator that powered a whole country, nation, continent. Who knows? We don't know. But the Great Pyramid was built as an energy source. It's not a tomb. And then when their technology deteriorated, the Ark of the Covenant was used. It's an energy source. There's a box inside the Queen's Chamber that fits the dimensions of the Ark of the Covenant, and it's like a box that weighs like 50 tons, and it's cut with like laser precision.
It's funny how
You can't explain it.
I just was hearing stuff about the Ark of the Covenant.
What is that? I never heard of that before.
An ancient treasure.
Oh, okay.
It's in the Bible. I know it is.
Yeah. Where they
kinda
won,
like the
they
Holy
won
Grail
many
type.
wars with it.
Holy Grail is another one, but they're not the same thing.
But similar.
Exactly. Yeah, they're definitely really. They're I think they're part of the same story. I don't know. I'm not the most theological. That's like the new frontier for me.
Yeah. But yeah, man, we're running out of time. Recording time on the cameras.
No worries. Yeah, man. I'll come back and talk about this crazy shit with y'all more often.
Yeah,
sure.
you're welcome all the time. Anytime, bro.
Hopefully you two
Anytime.
don't hit y'all with strikes. And
I don't care about that. We just gonna keep pushing.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It is what it is.
Fair enough.
But yeah, man, nice to meet you. Thank you
too.
for coming by.
Of course.
Y'all don't forget to follow. Don't forget to subscribe. Go on TikTok.
Life isn't worth living unless you got skin in the game.
Dang. Let's go. All right, guys.
All right, yo.
Don't forget to share with your friends too. And then, do you have like your handles that you want people to follow you, or you're not out there like that?
I mean, I have Instagram, but it's not really geared to any of my businesses.
Yeah.
But RoyalDiamondInvestments.com is my website. You can leave a message there if you have anything you need help with on the real estate front. I give you my business phone number. It's 571-393-3854. And if you text me on that, I'll get back to you as quick as I can.
Let's go. Appreciate you, bro.
No problem.
Peace.
Thanks for having me.